Guys, so I just wanted to make a quick short video and I pray that this will speak to you. Last night the Lord gave me many dreams, and he showed me many dreams, and one where I was entering into a test room, says the Lord. He was entering into a test room and I thought someone was going to enter with me, but he did not. This person did not. Instead, I walked in the test room and there was some other guy next to me. I wanted to share with you the journey I've been on. I want to share with you effective dating. Some of you you just know, God has told you, start dating. Your husband, your wife is out there for you. But there are lessons and things and walls that you've built up, emotional walls that you have built up. And the Lord is saying, you need to break those down. And when you are going on dates, this is the most effective thing that I've learned. Tell that person how you are feeling. Tell that person how you are feeling. Tell that person how you are feeling. We do not date effectively. I want to share with you a secret that I've learned on going on dates. You don't talk about random hobbies. Those things come. But part of breaking through the emotional walls, I did not grow up with my dad. I did not see my dad for 10 years of my life. My parents divorced when I was 8 years old. So all of a sudden, my dad was taken out of my life, and I built up this wall of emotional hardness, you can say. So this emotional hardness, you see this in what you call bitches, right? You're like, oh, she's a bitch. She's such a bitch. Well, this is called emotional hardness. It's a wall that people build up. You see in assholes, you see in bitches, right? It's a wall that we built up out of self-protection. What does this wall prevent you from? From receiving and experiencing love. When you are not vulnerable with people, you cannot experience love. And it's really scary because you get depressed and you're not letting people in. And it's this prison. It's actually a prison that makes you even more depressed. It does not protect you, my friend. It actually prevents you from experiencing love and joy and kindness from people. So it's a wall of self-protection. I want to share with you the secret that I've learned in breaking through spiritually, emotionally, in love. I've learned to be as honest as possible when I go on a date. I feel awkward, I feel uncomfortable, I feel disconnected, I feel disassociated. What do? Okay, here's how I feel. As I told you, I went on a date where I didn't know it was a date, but anyways. Where after we ate and he paid and everything, he left without telling me. And so in that moment, I felt shocked. And he was supposed to take me home. I felt abandoned. I felt unwanted. And these feelings later came up where, as I was telling my friends this experience, I realized it was the same experience that I felt with my dad. Having gone out of my life for 10 years, I felt intrinsically unworthy and unwanted. And these are the feelings and the emotions we need to face. That needs to come up. That needs to get triggered when we are dating. So I just want to encourage you that it's not just, there's such a lie in our Christian and world and churches that, oh, I'm just waiting around for the one. There are triggers and wounds that are hidden in your heart that's not going to come out if you don't date. You have to go on dates. You have to meet people. Do not just expect that he's going to show up at your door and Prince Charming is going to ride on a horse to get you. Guess what? There are triggers, there are wounds, there are misconceptions, anger, bitterness that you hold against male or female. And these things need to come out and be healed. They need to be addressed. So, anyway, so then after that, when I went on a date, that was a traumatic experience. So, I was scared that this person was joking with me. Oh yeah, he wanted to come. I was like, okay, well, you know what? I'm scared that maybe he's joking. Maybe he's gonna flake out. maybe he's not being real. Well, he did show up, but guess what? When we were walking around and I was like, I need to use the restroom. When I went to the restroom, I had this fear that he was going to leave because I had been traumatized by a previous date. And so, like, I was feeling really on edge, and then I just told this guy, like, hey, I was really scared that you weren't going to show up and that you were going to walk away. And as soon as I addressed that, I started crying, and then I felt so much better. But that was a fear and a trauma in my heart because of a previous experience. And so one of the things that I've learned in relationship and going on dates, dating, like healing from those emotional wounds is be vulnerable, be honest, and you will literally like experience love in your heart. It's like, don't put up a wall. Like, don't like pretend that you're okay when you're not. And like, this has been very effective with breaking down those emotional walls. Like, okay, I just want to share with you something. If you don't know how to tell someone how you feel, you're not ready for a relationship. Like, this is something you need to practice on every single date with everyone in your life. Every day of your life, you get to practice vulnerability. Like, it's not about putting up a front and pretending to be something else. It's about being as honest as possible every day. How is it that I'm feeling? I'm scared, or I'm bitter, or I'm angry, or I see this so much right now, like with people around me when they're either like they like someone and they've liked someone for like years without telling them. I'm like, it's not that hard. Just do it. Just do it. Just call that person. And I know it's hard, but like get to that point where you're like, I'm just going to call this person and I'm going to tell her how I feel. Hey, I just want to let you know, for the last 2 years of my life, I liked you. You're going to overcome that fear of rejection. She might not like you, and that's okay. But like, it's going to hurt. But guess what? It's going to help you move forward in your life. So many people are stuck in the past because they have never confronted that person how they felt about whoever. You can do it. You can tell someone how you feel, and you're going to experience the most amazing breakthrough of your life. You're going to be one step closer to meeting the right person when you learn to practice vulnerability in your life. To be honest. To say, you know what? This isn't going to work out. I'm sorry. I don't see a future with you. I've said that so many times. But I've also heard that. I've also heard that myself. That like, yeah, it's not going to work out. And it's like disappointing. But guess what? The truth sets you free. And it is freaking amazing how you're set free because you choose to face the truth. We live in lies and we live in pits of despair when we don't face the truth. But when we speak the truth, our heart is going to be so happy. Our heart loves the truth. Our heart loves to tell the truth. When we don't tell the truth, our heart, it suffers. Our heart is like, ew, tell the truth. Tell it right now. So our hearts love it when we tell the truth. So live in truth. Tell someone how you feel. Like, oh gosh. I had an experience recently where like someone, I guess, was hitting on me. And then we're like hanging out and he goes, oh my girl, shoot. I was like, what? I was like, excuse me, you have a girlfriend? But he's like, oh, we're on and off. I was like, okay, I forgive you, but like, I'm mad. And like, that's not cool. Don't do that ever again. If you want to break up with her, just do it. And she's like, oh no, like, well, we are broken up. And I'm like, okay, first of all, I'm not trying to get involved. And like, that's your business. And like, you know, so like, tell the truth, be honest. Like, no, like, be completely honest. And life would be so much easier. But like, I don't know, we live in a society where we'll rather ghost than tell the truth. But like, I've just been really fortunate that God has just taught me freaking how to be honest as soon as possible instead of like dragging it out. and having this fear of like, oh my gosh, how is he gonna react? You know? And don't be afraid to tell the truth to anyone. I've just been breaking through emotionally with that, like being able to like tell my cousin how I felt, being able to tell a date like, hey, I don't see a future with you, or you're not, I've said this, you're not exactly what I'm looking for, I'm sorry, but like your wife is coming. It sucks, but guess what, it's better than dragging it out and like pretending that you're interested, going on many more dates and like wasting time when you can just be honest. Like, okay, you know, I don't feel like I can be that, what's it called, comfortable with you, or like I feel like, you know, I want someone who's more outgoing or whatever. Just be honest, and guess what, move on. Because like your honesty, your vulnerability is teaching your heart that it does not need to settle. And guess what, you're one step closer. So I just pray that this video helps you in some ways. Keep moving. They're not it, move on. I know it's hard because like our emotions are attached, and like feel those emotions. Feel it. But then like be like, okay, you know what? Look forward to the fact that your husband and your wife is coming. God bless you. Bye.